Hello everyone and welcome back to the Future Talks conducted by Prayaana Labs. My name is Chelsea Sunil and I'll be your host for the day. Now I'm going to begin with an introduction to Prayaana. Prayaana is a unique employability, entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem for women. Prayaana Labs give wholesome career support services right from career counseling, training, mentoring and recruitment services all coming under one umbrella. So do check us out at www.prayaana.org. And in case you like what you see, please feel free to join us by registering at prayaana.in or by downloading the Prayaana app. Now, this is basically a community hub. It's a place where women can get together, share their thoughts, their ideas, and their queries with women of similar interests. The idea behind the platform was to create a space where women can get together and do the same, despite the geographical locations and boundaries. Now, we will be launching hubs in each of your locations so that you guys can get together, organize events, and even go on ventures together. So don't forget to download the Prayaana app. Now, this is Prayaana Collective. Prayaana Collective is a venture of Prayaana. It is unique in the attribute that it is India's first e-commerce platform that is dedicated to the empowerment of women. The platform is uniquely designed as an attractive affiliate marketing model where all the customers are given an opportunity for lifetime savings and earnings. So, in case you're looking for authentic handmade products, we have plenty of those made by extremely talented women. So, be sure to check us out at www.praco.com. Now, before we go into today's session, let me tell you, in case during the session you guys have any queries, please feel free to post it as a comment in the live chat box below and we'll get back to you at the end of the session. Now, today's session. Today's session is on the topic Operation Smart CPC, Calm, Positive and Compromise. The session is going to be taken by Devang Karia. Now, he is the founder of DIQ. The core purpose of his company is to bring happiness in the lives of everyone. The organization is known as Hub for Infinite Growth. With his belief of setting high standards, personal enthusiasm, and achieving set goals, Mr. Karia is a coveted trainer, a self-help motivator, an educator, high-performance coach, realist, philosopher, entrepreneur, and an innovator. Mr. Karia's expertise lies in the areas of behavioral as well as functional skills training. He has 18 years of working experience with well-known companies like Smart Training and Consulting Private Limited, Mansoor.com India Private Limited, to name a few. A very warm welcome to the show, sir, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. It's been really indeed a pleasure to be with all you people out here. Good evening to each and everyone, whoever is just logged in on this YouTube and watching us live. Luckily, the lockdown is about to end, and I believe we all are ready to go out in the market and ensure that we engage in this situation after this lockdown. So today's topic, which I have selected about, that how we need to be going out in the market and be actually smart, and CPC, which stands for calm, positive, and compromise. Well, I talk about that, but before that, I just want to give you a little bit more information about myself. My name is Devang Karia, and I run this organization called DCube. DCube stands for 3Ds, which is discipline, dedication, and determination. And these 3Ds are extremely important in every single person's lives. So, if when I ask a lot of people nowadays that how has been the last month or last couple of months for you, they all give me very vague answers. Some say it's wonderful, some say it was boring, some say that it was very entertaining because he or she could log on to a lot of web series and a lot of other online streaming portals to upgrade their knowledge or for the entertainment purpose. So the reactions have been extremely mixed. And because I work with hundreds of clients all across India, I guide entrepreneurs to grow their business with better strategic decisions, also improving their leadership skills and also improving the sales techniques and sales skills of the sales team. So my area that I work in three areas when I work with any of the organization, which is entrepreneurship, leadership, and sales. So when I work with these people and when I do this kind of webinars with them, I understand that they all have been actually working more than what they used to work usually when the office were running. So rather than working for 8 to 10 hours, they are practically working for 12 hours. But the question is those number of hours working productive enough? Well, I'm sure even you have your answers ready with that. So before I really begin this, let me I really want to give this heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Chandra, who actually gave me an opportunity to be with all you people and giving me an opportunity to share my a little bit of wisdom with all you people. A special thanks to Elsa for really coordinating with me for this webinar and Chelsea for being this such a wonderful host tonight. So, my dear friends, when I ask this question to you that what is smart? So, a lot of people say that smart means something which is extraordinary. All right. According to me, smart is something which is a person who's really grown, who have cultivated himself or herself, for being very curious enough to know something more, to learn something more, to develop something new and something nice and something different. The ability to put some ideas together and create the solutions to the problems. Also, the smart person has the ability to focus, concentrate, and communicate the same in the right manner. So when I said this definition of smart, we usually think that do I have all of these characteristics in me? The answer could be yes. The answer could be no. If the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, nothing to worry about it because you can really develop yourself to that specific level because it's extremely simple. I would say that it is not easy, but it is simple if we follow the structure in the right way, a process, to be honest. Okay. So I'm going to share with you that process, and that's why we say CPC. So you need to be calm, you need to be positive, you need to compromise few areas of your living. What would that be? I'll just share with you in a while. But when I talk about smart, there are a few people who would be thinking the smart and intelligent would go hand in hand. Well, honestly, according to me, no. There are two different things at the different levels. Smart, which means that it is been that you can develop that. Intelligent person means that someone who's born with intelligence, something that cannot be changed. Like for example, today we use so many softwares, applications. They have been designed intelligently to ensure just at the click we get the results, or even with the voice command we get the result. Like for example, if you use Alexa, Siri, Hey Google kind of services, then just your voice command will start working. You don't need to take so much of effort. So that's an intelligent way of creating something, and someone who's created that, he's smart to create that, right? So smart means something that can be but I would say that it can be upgraded all the time. And that's why we have this wonderful capability that we can also develop ourselves. Smart person knows his or her actions have consequences, and consistently making good decisions also makes them more disciplined and makes them more focused. So what do we say that smart people would usually do? So if I say in regards to this this fundamental of today's topic, which is calm, positive, and compromise. So let me start with this calm. So calm people usually take smart decisions. When we say smart decisions, what kind of smart decisions are we talking about? So we take decisions in two areas, in every single aspect. It could be personal, it could be professional. Let's start with a child. Have you seen the child who's just maybe in their early this 20s, or maybe if I talk about the younger children, maybe in school going children, maybe around 10 years of age, when they are given a choice to take certain decisions while they are studying in the school, they don't really panic. What do they do is they just go with the gut feeling. When they go with the gut feeling, sometimes those decisions are correct, many times those decisions are not correct. So there is someone to guide them if the decisions are incorrect. And that is where they learn the second most important, that they don't have all the solutions. Now when people grow, they think that they have become a kind of dictionary within themselves or a directory within themselves, that they know each and every solution. So people who are calm, they know that they don't have all the solutions. They are looking forward for some more solutions. They are looking forward for more solutions. They seek help. And that is the most important part of the people who are extremely calm. Let me share with you how to remain calm and how to be extremely positive and what are the things that needs to be done. First and foremost, if you want to be really calm and you don't want to get into any kind of situation where you become really angry or where you become absolutely agitated, then the first thumb rule of being calm is do not interfere in anybody's business. All right. So now today, when you are in lockdown at your home, maybe you feel that if I would be, working in the kitchen area, I would be doing it in such niceness, such nicely, neatly, with a lot of cleanliness. Of course, you could have done that. But the person who's already been doing it for so many years has their way and their method of doing it. While you were out, they were still managing the show. Why do you want to get into it? Respect it. Okay. The biggest problem is that they think that my way is the right way, and they just want to convince other people that that's the best way. My logic is the perfect logic, and whatever I am thinking, I want to ensure that you should go in the same direction. Okay. This kind of thinking denies the existence of the individuality and consequently the existence of the other person's smartness. We need to understand that five fingers are not same. Similarly, two individuals cannot be same. If you are right, so is the other person right in some areas, right? And everybody has the choice and the opportunity to make mistakes and learn out of it. Or maybe they'll keep repeating the mistakes. Doesn't matter. Right? You are not in this world to really change every single individual. I would say just change yourself, adapt that situation. The person who has the responsibility, ensure that they are fulfilling their responsibility, they are doing in their fashion, and the end results are coming. You could surely share your suggestion, but you cannot really impose your decisions to them, right? In single line, if I'd say, mind your own business and you will definitely get a lot of peace. Second most important point is forgive and forget. Okay, it is the most powerful tool in current scenario when people who are actually, everybody has their specific lifestyle. Okay, so while if you are a working personality, you would stay in the home till certain time of the day. For example, 9 o'clock in the morning. After 9 o'clock, you are out and you come back home by 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now that's the same amount of timeline which is there for somebody who's just a house manager or a housewife, or maybe somebody who's taking care of the house. They have their specific time. So even their time today has changed. For somebody staying in the house for 24 by 7, the demand of that person would keep on increasing in regards to some refreshments in every interval that they would expect. Okay, the space in the house has been divided now, which was their space. So sometimes the conflict is something which is definitely going to happen. So what happens is that when something doesn't happen as per my will, whatever I want to do at, what will happen that I start develop the ill feeling for that other person inside my heart. Okay, I'm not really vocal about it, but somehow I'm not really comfortable. So that is why I start talking with myself. I have a lot of self-talk, and I nurture the grievance to a certain extent. Okay, this is in turn would result into lack of sleep, development of some kind of aches in the body, maybe some kind of health related issues, high blood pressure or something like that. In short, all of this is something affecting you so deeply health wise that it will not really help you to really do something better with your own self. In short, you are developing a very, very, very bad habit, and life is too short to waste. I mean, if you see today, nobody knew before 2.5 months that this is going to be the time that we would be sitting in the house for 2 months and we don't know what to do, right? So similarly, life is too short. Rather than keeping that thing within yourself, or having your way all the time is not going to help you. So just forgive, forget, and keep on moving it, right? Because when you focus on giving and forgiving, life starts giving you back the wonderful results in life. Right. Point number three, which I would say, never ever crave for the recognition. So this time, while you are with yourself, I'm sure a lot of new ideas come into your head. A lot of new, developments that you could think about in relates to your work. Okay, that this is what something I could do something better to my customers, to my clients, to my team. So when you think of it, you just need to just pass on that communication to your organization's heads, or maybe if you are the head, to your leaders down the line. You don't, the leader would never ever crave for recognition in the sense that, oh, great job, sir, what a simple superb thought. Leaders have been given that responsibility to create something new, not to take the recognition. So the moment you leave that specific part out of you, you become an absolutely selfless and only giving person. That gives you more and more happiness, that gives you more and more engagement with the people start respecting you. They may not really put in words, but they'll always seek your help and your guidance. So never crave for recognition. If people communicate to you, that means you have already earned that kind of recognition. So when you get that kind of communications with a lot of people text you, people ask your help, people ask your suggestion, that means they value you, which itself is a great recognition. So remember this. Point number four, I would say that you need to change yourself according to the environment. Let me give you a small example out here. Let's say that you are going for a drive. Okay, or let me say that I'm going for a drive. Okay, I'm going for a drive. I actually love to drive, and this has been 2.5 months. I have not been on a drive, so I'm actually craving for it. The drive. I'm not craving for recognition. Anyway, coming back to the same topic that you're talking about. Let's say, for example, I am going out for a drive, and along with me there are three more people who are traveling along with me, and we decided to go for a long drive of approximately 100 to 200 kilometers drive, and we start in the evening. Okay. Now it's already dark, and while we are traveling, all of a sudden, the god of rain, shows that wonderful love and care to all of us, and there is a heavy, heavy, heavy rain which just started. So of course the weather is beautiful, and driving in the rain is really even very, very, very nice feeling. So while we are driving, I could see at some around a distance of around a kilometer or two that there is a huge, huge, huge traffic jam. There are a lot of vehicles are at one specific halt, and fleet of cars are just ahead of me. Now in this situation, what do you think that I could do? Can I fly my car over there? No. If honking is going to give me the way, no. If I get out from the car and if I go ahead and if I try to divert the traffic, is it going to help me? Maybe yes, maybe no. What if there is a bridge which is broken because of this? In this situation, I have no option. I have to keep absolutely calm, and I have to change myself according to the current situation. So if you are not ready to keep calm, and if you try to really force out the way out of it, you're still going to fail. This pandemic, this COVID-19 is the same situation, okay, for all of us. No matter how much you want to go out and really make our way out, but still you cannot really do that. So here we have to understand this particular part, and that's where this calm, this topic that I'm talking about is extremely important. Going forward, everything that you plan will not happen the same way. That means you are not going to get your way out all the time. Rather than getting panicked, accept that situation. Okay, be calm, and when you're calm, you always get some better result out of it. Okay, so remember this particular thing. Next point that I want to talk about is that uh, most important thing to be calm, what I have learned over the period of 10 years, is that meditation is the most beautiful exercise that one can really do that. Okay, it calms the mind and gets rid of the disturbing thoughts. There are a lot of disturbing thoughts that must be going in the head of every single person. If you had been the owner of an organization, there would be kind of disturbing thoughts of how to ensure that the flow of revenue is going to keep on coming. The fixed expenses, which is already there, how are you going to keep paying those expenses, right? Plus personal commitments, because your personal expenses are also fixed. The demands of the family members are also going to be there, right? Your social commitments or communication with some social authorities or some communities, helping those some of the people who are stranded in this particular pandemic, that also would be going on. So this is meditation is the highest state of peace of mind. You need to really experience it on daily basis. If you meditate earnestly for half an hour regularly, your mind will tend to become the peaceful during the remaining 23 and a half hours. Your mind will not get disturbed easily with somebody's discussion, somebody's dialogues or talks. You would benefit by gradually increasing the period of daily meditation. You may think that this will interfere with your daily work. Not really. In fact, this will increase your efficiency and you will be able to produce a better result in a less amount of time. So, meditation is the most important part. And I would say that it's your daily routine. It should be part of your daily routine on this time and also for the lifelong, right? Next point in this topic called calm, the last point in this topic, which is known as never leave the mind vacant. In this specific pandemic, if I would say that, I mean, we all have heard this term called empty mind is devil's workshop. And all the evil action starts with the vacant mind. So when you don't have anything to do, anything to think about, anything to do about, you usually get into some kind of challenging situation. You need to keep your mind occupied. Okay, let me share with you a story. Okay, uh, there was this in Japan long ago. There used to be a challenge that Japanese people love to eat fish. What kind of fish? Extremely fresh fish. Okay, but the water close to Japan do not hold many fishes. So to feed the Japanese population, the fishing boats got bigger and went farther than ever. The farther the fishermen went, the longer it took to bring the fish. So if the return trip took more time, of course, the fish cannot remain the fresh. To solve this problem, the fish companies installed freezers on their boats. Now they would catch the fish and freeze them at the sea. Freezers allowed the boats to go farther and stay longer. However, the Japanese could taste the difference between the fresh fish and the frozen fish. So again, the demand started decreasing. And also, the price also started going down because it's not fresh. So now, fishing companies installed the fish tanks. So they would catch the fish, stuff them in the tanks, fin to fin. So after little threshing around, they were tired, dull, and lost their fresh fish taste. So the fishing industry faced an impending crisis. But today, if you ask me, they are getting the fresh fish. How did they manage? Well, there are few people who came up with this brilliant idea. They kept the fish tanks, but in those fish tanks, they kept small shark fishes. So what used to happen? The moment they would catch the fish, going to put it into the tank. The challenge is that those fish will try to be saved from the sharks, and because of that, they keep on moving. So they keep that freshness alive. Now, imagine this is exactly the kind of situation would happen in case if your mind is not doing something creative, something which is new, something different, then even that will not remain fresh. So with this example, I just want to tell you that do something that holds your interest of doing something more valuable, something which could be a hobby of yours, something could be which could really give you some kind of knowledge about finance where you possibly would be lacking, leadership skills maybe you are lacking there, your specific area and expertise on that specific area. It could be accounts, it could be production, it could be sales, it could be customer service, it could be telecalling, whatever is that area that you're working. Make yourself much more better. Keep learning something new things. Okay, by the grace of God, mediums like this, the online medium, the YouTube, and this new way of these applications that we're talking about, which gives you so many new ideas and so many new things to either watch the videos or read those ebooks and upgrade yourself, or even whatever the thought comes into your head, writing on those particular thing. It's something which is really really going to make you much more active. So keep your head extremely active. So this way, you are going to keep your mind very positive, very calm and very peaceful, and that's something which is really going to help you. Next point that we are talking about: positive. Positive people. I love these people. When you ask them that what's your blood group, they say my blood group is B positive. It could be any, but they always say my blood group is B positive. Because these are the people who always learn from their mistakes, and they surround themselves with the smart people. One of the most unique part about the positive people is that they know that they are not gifted enough to make the change all the time, to really create something new. So what do? Is they involve their time in learning new things, learning new abilities. They connect. They are always in touch with those people who add value to them. So I love to watch, I love to read a lot of books, I love to watch some of the videos, some of the apps which gives me some kind of topics to learn. I love to even watch this very intelligent management books, or go through some kind of web series which are more intelligent, which triggers that kind of thought process in my head. What is the better, what is the nice thing that I could do about it? And I keep doing those particular things. I have a list of books or the topics for the entire year which I'm supposed to read. Okay, I have so few of the videos, the movies which is based on the management, that which kind of movies am I supposed to watch, which is going to sharpen my skills. Similarly, I suggest, and I always give the ideas to the every single person who are connected to me, what are the things that they should keep on doing it. There are so beautiful uh, the channels which are available in the market. There are multiple Facebook groups are available in the market, which when you join them, you get some new wonderful, this education information that you get out of it. So which keeps yourself positive. When you get up in the morning and if you start watching the news, there is nothing positive into it. I'm not saying don't watch the news or don't read the newspapers. I'm saying don't start your day with something like that. Start your day with meditation. Start your day with some of the positive affirmations. Start your day with some kind of healthy things, which could be exercise, having a very healthy breakfast, talking to a few of your colleagues or friends who actually transfers the positivity back to you. These are the kind of things which you are supposed to be doing it. And positivity is something which is going to keep on going for the longest period of time in current situation. Every single person who is looking forward to bring a meaningful transformation after this pandemic, they are keeping themselves positive. So what do? So one is that they are extremely positive. They do few things, that they are using this time to pen down their strengths and weaknesses. So when I say their strengths and weaknesses, personal strength and weaknesses, and also on the organization, what are the strengths and weaknesses, right? Just today morning, I was talking to one of my clients who has come up with this beautiful new product. Now he wanted to promote it on online. Now developing an online product takes time. Marketing it doesn't take the time. Now his product is going to get ready after approximately 40 days. So doing any kind of marketing activities, it's not going to be helpful. So he did not know the weaknesses and the threats of the competition. So today we spoke about that. We gave him some ideas at what could be the challenges that he could face in the future if he do not go along with the marketing plan in the right way. So if you're going to launch the product after 40 days, meanwhile your competitor is going to eat up the entire work which you have done. That they are going to get engaged on this and you will not get that. So there is no specific development team ready in place, or the number of people are not enough which can speed up the process of development. Other than 40 days, they should be getting it ready done in 20 days. If that's possible, then the specific marketing plan is going to be helpful. So unless you don't know strength and weaknesses, you will not be successful. So positive people need to take this time, pen down what are the strength and weakness. Developing or creating an idea is not a challenging part. You get thousands of ideas every single day, but which idea is going to work? And with this idea, do I have all the possible things with me or not? That is something you have to pen down. So use this time to write down your strengths and weaknesses. Second most important thing, draw a balance between your outer and inner self. So what is your outer self? That means how do you present your product and services? How do you communicate? How do you transfer the positive energy to the other person? Are you suggesting them the ideas or are you giving them the solutions? Your inner self, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your product and services? Does your mind is extremely positive enough? Or do you keep criticizing? Then you are not a positive person. Because criticizing is the mind of the negative person who always finds the problems in every solutions, who is not the problem solver, who is not the solution provider. He's always a problem creator. So you need to also identify yourself whether you have those kind of traits. Then again, this is the time you need to move from negative thinking to a positive thinking. You need to also appreciate your positive qualities. What are the positive qualities? I believe that every single person in this world comes with at least 10 positive things. What are your 10 positive things? Write it down. Appreciate yourself on that. From 10 to 51 positive things, what is the route that you should be doing it? What are the process that you need to develop? You could identify that and you could do that. Okay. You need to also ensure that when people criticize you, take it positively. Appreciate their thought process and be respectful to them. Don't try to argue with them, because when you argue with them, you are actually trying to prove yourself that he's wrong. Well, he just told you possibly to make you aware that these are the kind of things that person is looking at you while you are promoting or presenting something. So maybe I would take it as a positive feedback and I would try to make some positive changes the next time I don't get so many of critical feedbacks out of it. Okay, I'm sure that while you're watching this, you must have seen many people on these webinars. You may would have found that few of the communication which I'm doing, maybe you are not liking that. Maybe you think that, oh, this is something which is pretty old and I've already know about this. Oh, he's not saying the right way. Whatever it is, it's a feedback, and I would take it as a positive feedback. I'm going to leave you with my WhatsApp number at the end of this talk, and you can definitely send across your feedback to me, and that is going to help me to possibly become a better speaker than what I am. Right. Another point which I want to talk about in positivity is that associate yourself with the happy people around you. Associate yourself with those people. Okay, you would definitely have a friend, a guide, okay, who's going to really help you, who's always there to give you their time where they can listen to you and they can really give you something much more meaningful, the solution out of the discussion that you had it. Right. You need to respect the relationship that you already had with your with your customers. And there are two types of customers that we are engaged with. One is the internal customers and second is the external customers. Internal customers are the people whom you work with, okay, whom you are surrounded with. And external customers are those people where you do your business transactions, okay, so where you sell your product or where you sell your services. So you need to be having a great relationship with them. I would recommend once in a week you just pick up your call. So either you are communicating to them or your office communicates to them. So always keep this communication channel open with both these customers, which is because that is something which is going to help you in an extremely long run after this lockdown. Right. So these are the few points on how you can keep yourself positive. So we finished calm, we finished positive, and now we come to the last topic, which is compromise. Okay. So compromise. Compromise meaning that smart people, they accept their mistakes. They don't follow the trend. Like for example, I am extremely, take this person as one of my role models. Okay, and he's none other than, we all know he's known as Steve Jobs, who actually gave us this beautiful technological solutions in form of Apple products. Now, he knew that he doesn't have all these specific solutions of creating something like this. He alone cannot really do that. So what he did was, he was smart enough. He was smart enough to create an extremely small team. Okay, he was a control freak, but he made sure that those 8 or 9 people on his leadership team were so much talented that he could share his wisdom to them, and he could get a wonderful ideas for them from them, and they together as a team could create something nice. So they created a new platform altogether, right? And that's how this invention of this iPad, iPod, iPhone, and all those things just started happening out there. So that's the beautiful this quality of this particular leaders or the smart people are there, that they don't follow the trend, they just want to create something new. Okay, they would compromise their time in developing something new. So when I say compromise your time, compromise your entertainment time for learning purpose, right? Smart people, they compromise their entertainment time in another most important aspect, and that is known as introspection. They do self introspection, self review mechanism. And these people, they spend at least 2 hours every single week. They try to go back to the last week. What were the goals of last week? Have we achieved those particular goals? What are the barriers for us not to achieve those goals? What are the challenges that we faced? And what are the possible solution to rectify the situations or the challenges what they are facing today and what they're going to face in coming weeks from now? So what do they do is, they try to be extremely strong, and they try to develop that strong thought process within themselves. But they will never try to be rude. So their communication is in such a manner which is more inspiring. Also, they are always kind, and they would always like to remain kind. But they also show the world that we are not weak. They are bold in taking few decisions, but they don't bully around. They don't just talk about something what they don't practice. So they always lead by example. They always show how this could be done, and that's how they are the strong people. The smart people, they also compromise their entertainment time in becoming more thoughtful. So they also compromise on their sleep time. If you see the greatest leaders, the leaders in every single industry, they don't really sleep more than 6 hours a day. So 2 hours that they sleep less than you and me, possibly, they use these 2 hours to create something new, something better. They think, and they use the power of thinking. So that is what they do. So they compromise on their sleep. They compromise on being arrogant. That means they appreciate the people around them. They don't just give them the work, and work. When the work is done, they take out that extra time to appreciate the person who has done something good, something valuable. And last but not the least, they don't roam around with the frown face, with that angry, look on their face. They always communicate with the smiling face, and they also add humor, which makes interesting, which ensures that the communication channel is quite positive and quite nice. And I would like to share a story with all you people. You know, uh, it's a little bit of humorous story. You know. So there was a farmer who used to sell the butter. Okay, they used to sell the butter to whom? To the a bakery owner. Okay, so a baker, because a bakery owner would definitely need a good amount of butter to create some of the bakery items. So one day the baker decided to weigh the butter to see whether he's getting the correct measurement or not. And when he found that he's not getting it, he was extremely angry on this farmer. And he went back to the farmer and started talking absolutely in a bad manner to him, and told him that I'm going to drag you to the court, and you have to pay me for all these months and years that you have been fooling me around. So farmer says that, but I have not done anything wrong. I'm not wrong. I have been giving it to you all the time very honestly. He said, don't give me all these things. I will see you in the court. And actually, he drags him to the court, and when he's in front of the judge, so the baker tells the entire story to the judge. So judge asks him that, tell me, what do you have to say to this? So farmer replied that I'm basically a primitive person, so I don't have a proper measure, but I do have a scale. So he said, scale in the sense, well, I have a normal weighing scale, but I don't have weights. I don't have the weights. So then how do you weigh the butter? He said, well, what I do is I usually buy a pound of loaf from the pound of loaf of a bread from the baker every single day. So which weighs a specific amount. So I put that bread at one side and I weigh the butter of that particular measurement and I give the same butter to the same baker. Okay. So if the baker feels that he is not getting the right amount of butter, then the question is, does he give me the right amount of bread or no? Right? So what I'm trying to say is that, my friend, that if you compromise in a negative way, that means if you don't really give the right thing back to you, then you have to compromise very dearly in so many areas. Today, I choose to compromise on the right aspects of my life. I don't want to really spend time in just getting entertainment today. I want to utilize this time in developing some of the most important qualities in myself, which is going to make me much, much, much more skillful and much more smart person than what I am. So I choose to do that, right? And I just want to end with this discussion by one of the beautiful quotes, mentioned by Forrest Gump. He said, "Stupid is as stupid does," which means that you are what you do. In other words, it doesn't matter how intelligent you think you are or are supposed to be. If you constantly do dumb things, you are still dumb. I know that 24 hours is the time that I have, and I can sleep for 8 hours, which is a peaceful sleep that I should get, and I'm getting it. Rest of the 16 hours, if I'm not really utilizing in the right way, I am going to be a dumb person. So smarts are ridiculously important. And I'll tell you why. Smart people make smart decisions, and that's the most important factor in how things turn out for them. I need to be more smart because after this specific lockdown, markets are going to be different. Work from home is going to be the new way of working. Customers are going to demand more service, safety, also honesty. So if I don't really prepare myself with those things, I will not be in the game. My competitors are going to eat me out. I possibly won't get the right kind of job which I'm supposed to do. Hence, I need to be focusing on two of the most important skills. First, time management. Second, communication skills. So if I don't manage my time properly, if I've committed my client that at this hour of the day, I'm going to send across the communication via email or via WhatsApp or a call, it has to be at least 2 minutes prior to the committed time. And that's where you will be valued a lot. That's where the client is going to recall your services as one of the top person that he wants to get associated with. If I don't communicate the right message, and if I don't communicate the positive message, and if I don't communicate and deliver what I'm talking about, I will be out of it. Hence, my dear friends, this calm, positive compromise. This mantra is something, at least for this year, 2020, and possibly a few more months of 2021. You need to practice it every single day because that's the only way to move ahead. I would always thank God at the end of the day for giving me another day to live, for giving me the food to eat, and also I pray to God that tomorrow's day could be as beautiful as this. I always believe that life is beautiful and life is positive. If I remain positive, life will always be positive and beautiful. So thank you so very much for giving this opportunity to share with all you people. And over to you, Chelsea.
Okay, hi, sir. So we've got a few questions.
Yeah.
So I'll just start asking them. Yep, go ahead.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. The first question is, sir, I'm a UPSC aspirant. Our exam date has been postponed multiple times, and we still don't have a date. And I'm struggling to stay focused because this preparation has now gone on for over than a year. Do you have any suggestions?
Wow. Well, I would just say if you're prepared, there's nothing to worry about it. Whenever the time comes, you just have to shoot. All right. In this time, I would suggest, my friend, that every single person, okay, in whatever the area or whatever the way that you would really want to make your coming future to be, you need to be prepared for that situation. You never know when is the opportunity going to knock at you. But just be prepared. And as I said, the first mantra of today's topic, calm. Keep that calm, meditate, keep yourself positive. If you have worked really hard, you will definitely get the way out of it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. A very positive answer. So the next question is, sir, I've enjoyed the lockdown period to the point that even though now I want to be productive, I'm unable to do that. Now, what do I do? How do I?
Well, lockdown period, believe me, whether it's lockdown period or unlockdown period, you need to enjoy all the parts of it. I recently got this forward message on WhatsApp group saying that there would be a lot of people who are going to complain that, oh, the lockdown period was much better than this period. I'm missing my lockdown time. Okay. And I was really laughing out loudly because uh, in lockdown period, you did something what you like to do. That's why you enjoyed it. I
Hmm.
would say in unlockdown or when we really go out, do the same thing what you like to do, which is productive, which is taking you to achieve your goals much faster. So when you do that, you will also enjoy that period very well.
Yeah. So I have a question, sir. So the thing is, during the lockdown, so like as most people have said, people tend to work more now, especially when you're working from home. There aren't a strict level number of hours, and people are being more productive. They're also doing what they like. So what do you think goes wrong when it earlier? What do you think went wrong earlier?
Well, people work more number of hours, but they are not productive enough.
Oh, okay.
The reason why is that because there is a this lack of house help, so they are also equally responsible to contribute in the home front as well. So
Hmm.
physically, I am in front of the computer, okay, but mentally, I still know that okay, there are a few responsibilities I still have to complete in my house.
Hmm.
So mind is going there. Plus, there are a few commitments which is given professionally to few of the clients, but still,
Hmm.
those solutions I have not been worked upon, or I was too busy watching some of the web series late night, so I did not really complete my sleep. So I got up with a not so happy mood. So
Yeah.
it keeps on continuing that mood. So your laziness is coming along your way. So
No.
ideally, productive work, if you talk about, you don't really do more than 5 hours or 6 hours of productive work. So
Okay.
you need to design it in that proper breaks. So which is going
Hmm.
to help you. So you can do productive work also. You can feel happy also, and most importantly, you enjoy both the sides of your life, which is personal and professional both. Otherwise, you carry the burden in both the lives, which makes you very unhappy, very lethargic, very kind of angry. So that's the thing. You need to just balance it properly. Is what I would suggest.
Okay. So the next question is, so how do I mentally prepare myself for the post-COVID world?
Well, CPC. CPC is the answer for you.
Yeah.
You just need to, and the one part which I mentioned about the meditation, believe me,
Hmm.
that's the most beautiful thing. You don't need any kind of medication if you do meditation. All right.
Yeah.
So focus on meditation. You may really take time to actually get into meditation because it's an art, and getting into some art can never be so easy. But if you are focused enough and if you are adamant enough to learn something, you can learn the basic steps. Whether you master to that or not, that's absolutely your choice of it. But at least you can learn the basics and you can do the basic things. So even if you can't do for half an hour of meditation, I'm sure at least you could start with 15, 20 minutes. Even that could be extremely helpful to you.
Okay. So the next question is our last question. So I do really want to challenge myself and further my career. But so far, all my efforts seem to be in futile. What do I do?
Well, again, basically, what you want to do is maybe you are not sticking to that with the right focus. Maybe you are changing. Okay, that sometimes you want to do this, then you say, okay, now let me do this, then maybe let me do this. I would recommend to all those people, when you are really into this situation where you don't know whether you are doing the right thing or not, you don't do everything by yourself. Find out someone, maybe a mentor, maybe your a very good friend, could be some family friend, or maybe an uncle or someone who can really help you to channelize your energies to something which is more productive and something which is more happiest thing for you. So, and then that focus needs to be done. And whatever you want to do, a very basic fundamentals, if you want to be focused all the time, whatever you want to do, write down that or make a picture of it and put it in front of your bed. So the time you wake up in the morning, you look at that, and that exactly gets into your subconscious mind, which produces the right kind of energies to pursue that aspiration of yours. And then it already leads you to the solutions out of it.
Actually, we've received one more question. Do you mind answering that?
No problem.
So it's like a quirky question. So is there any disadvantage to doing meditation?
Yes. The biggest disadvantage is that you are going to become a wonderful person. So,
yeah.
Right. Jokes apart, there are no disadvantages of meditation. As I said, meditation could avoid medication. So any kind of chemicals that you need to put in your body, you could be away. You can keep yourself away from it. So meditation will take care of your inner self. It is going to make you positive. It is going to make you more energetic. And most importantly, it is going to keep you absolutely calm and composed. So whatever the decisions that you take in life, it will lead you to the right kind of solution. So there are no disadvantages for sure.
Okay, sir. So yeah, so that was the last of our questions. With this, we're coming to an end to today's session. Thank you so much for coming on the session and sharing your positivity and absolute enthusiasm.
Thank you, Chelsea, for being a wonderful host. And once again, thank you, Chandra, for giving me an opportunity. Hopefully to see you all soon again with something new, something better idea in the future. Wish you all the very best. Keep calm, be positive, and always compromise on the entertainment time to the development.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. So with this, we're going into the feedback session. So you guys can post your feedback as a comment in the YouTube channel, and we'll read about it and we'll get back to you. Positive or negative ones, we'd like to know both. The positive ones, yeah.
Chelsea, can I share my WhatsApp number?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So my WhatsApp number is 98204 30451. I repeat, 98204 30451. So anyone has any questions or any suggestions, or if you need any kind of ideas or solution to some question in the future, you can WhatsApp and my team could really get in touch with you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So now, yeah, this is a poster for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's session is on the topic Manage the COVID-19 Crisis in Business Through Lean and Six Sigma. The session is going to be taken by Mr. G.K.K. Singh, who's the Director of Asian Institute of Quality Management. The session will also be from 8 to 9 p.m., just like today. So now this is just a timetable for the coming week. I've already announced what is going to happen on Wednesday. So on Thursday, we have a session, as part of our campaign, My Prayaana. Session is going to be taken by a women achiever, Monisha Salim, who's the director of travelteachers.in and a blogger and a content writer. The session is on the topic When Passion Connects with Your Profession. On Friday, we have a session on the topic Power of Dressing, Art and Science of Influencing Others by Image Management. The session is going to be taken by Faraz Babu, who's the founder of Saji and Faraz Grooming Lounge Private Limited. On Saturday, we have a session on the topic Managing Excuses to Reach Your Goal. The session is going to be taken by Dr. Chakochun Mattai, who's CEO of Franchising Rightway and is also a relationship coach. Now, with that, we're coming to an end to today's session. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel, like the video, and definitely share the video if you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and see you guys tomorrow.